Hey guys, how are you? Max Powers, Bigfoot hunter. If you haven't seen me in a while, there's a reason for that. There's not a lot of internet where I've been. Been out in the woods looking, mostly in northern New England, so Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Just a better area than where I was in, obviously. I do think there were Bigfoot there. It's just that there was too much contamination from outside sources. So I decided to head to the mountains and look for Bigfoot. I've set up a little kind of home in my Land Rover, rooftop tent, kitchen in the back, and all the gear I'll ever need, camera gear, tripods. The only thing I don't have in most of these places is internet connection. So it'll be spotty for a while, but I think you can hang with it. We've hung 2 months. Hopefully you're still out there watching. I'm going to go find Bigfoot and I'll show you what I find. Have a good one. Hey guys, how are you? It's Max Powers. I have hiked up and over at this point from that campsite that you saw. Woods here is a little less squatchy, but there is some interesting stuff going on this side as well. So I just thought I'd show you that. I've also ended up, now I've crossed into what looks like Appalachian Mountain Club trails, I think. So, not a lot of people out here today. It's a sunny day by the standards of the last month and a half. So, on that note, if anyone can tell me how to keep my Goal Zero powered without solar. It'll only power so much off the car battery. Feeding batteries are not the best thing. If you have any advice on that, let me know. Thank you. Hey guys, a couple of interesting tree breaks here. Evergreens. This one points northeast directly. So basically the broken part is pointed northeast. And then we've got one over here. And this points northwest. All the saplings around them did not break, just these two very direct breaks at about the same height, which is about 8 feet up. Thought you might like that. Oh, wait a second. How's that? Oh, there we go. Oh, hey guys, Max Powers. Still off in the woods, New Hampshire, looking for Bigfoot. So I have MS, and it's kind of kicking in. My legs are like rubber bands right now, and I have been traversing across the mountains over peaks and valleys to go in a specific direction, and it's tired me out. So I may end up spending tonight in the woods, but I just came across what I think is another AMC trail, and I know that the Appalachian Mountain Club on this mountain has 2 lodges. So I think I'm closer to the top than the bottom, and the bottom may be on the other side of the mountain from the other lodge. So I'm going to continue to the top of this mountain, see if there's any room at that, or see if I can't get my bearings of just how far a walk it would be back, because once I get there it's all downhill back to my camp. There's bear sign everywhere, so I really don't just want to sleep under a tarp in the woods. I have plenty of water, I have plenty of food, I have a change of clothing, which is good because I'm drenched because it's been just all uphill and downhill. But I'll be fine. I've got a ton of food. I have enough stuff in this backpack to live for a while. I hope I don't have to do that, but it's nice to be prepared. So anyway, what I'm going to do is continue up the mountain and try and get back to camp. I wanted to show you the camp that I'm at. Maybe I'll get back when it's still daylight. Maybe I'll get back tomorrow and it'll be daylight. Anyway, I haven't found Bigfoot yet. Found lots of sign, but I'm sick of sign. I'm sick of tree breaks. I'm sick of X's. I want a footprint. I want a hair sample. I want to actually lay my eyes on one again. So we'll see. Oh well. And if not, maybe I'll just do van life videos. They're pretty popular. Oh well. All right, guys, I'll check in again in a little bit. Oof. Hi guys, how are ya? So it turns out that that was a ski trail that I was on. It crossed an Appalachian mountain trail, but I'm high enough up now and out of the trees enough. It's just evergreen up here, maybe hemlock. That I was able to get a signal out. I called the landowner where I'm camping, and he is going to grab my truck and bring it to the AMC shelter at the bottom. So I'm going to continue to the top. I'm going to take, I think, Mowgli's trail, because it's just a nice, like, twisting trail around, down, and then I'll be able to grab my truck and head back to camp, where I'll spend another night half awake with one ear open listening for Bigfoot. So far, bears, coyotes, otters, which was really cool, but a couple of rocks thrown last night about 3:15. There was a tree knock, which was really cool. So looking forward to finally reaching the top. Then the 3-mile hike down, grabbing my truck. I might stop at a bar and grab a burger and some bourbon, and then go back to camp. But that's where I am so far on the hunt. I gotta climb back up to that darn tripod now. Oh, there we go. All right, rock hounding with Bigfoot. What do you think? I think, is that granite and quartz? Should I be looking for anything around here? Maybe some gold? Those pretty purple things you find? I don't know. Let me know. Alright guys, this is just a beautiful, almost flat, mossy spot surrounded by evergreens. It's right off the trail though. But this is the kind of environment that we have up here. You know, similar, little smaller version than Colorado or the Northwest, but definitely, especially with the number of black bear up here, there's definitely enough to support an apex predator like that. So, just thought I'd show you, those of you who don't believe they could be out here in New England. Do you guys remember how tired I told you I was? Like, I don't know, 5 segments ago? Yeah, I'm still not to the damn top. Hold on, I'm gonna turn around. Oh, slowly, maybe. And that's not the top either. But, yeah, I might be camping on the top. The rock is actually really warm. The air has dropped, I don't know, 40s or 50s right now? Nah, it was 48 when I started. So it's probably about 38 right now. But the rock is probably about 60. So I'm lying flat on this piece of, I think it's granite. And it's toasty warm. When I get to the top, I'm gonna take the top 2 layers I have on off, wring out the wicking t-shirt that I have on, and then I'm gonna put my North Face gear on. And then I'll start the hike down. I probably won't need both layers of the North Face as I go down, but that's what I'm gonna do. And I was not planning on climbing a mountain this morning when I left. I think right now the little heart thing on this says 14 miles, and I've got maybe 3.5 more to go. So the search for Bigfoot can be tiring. Anyway, my voice is slowing down, my tempo's slowing down. You're all probably bored, although that is just a gorgeous view. Welcome to New England. Here we go, guys. I have finally reached the top. This is a goal that I didn't intend today, but panoramic view of New England from up here. Just 360 degrees. There's the fire tower that's blocking the wind for me because that wind is cold. I have I was going to try and flip this around, but it doesn't want to do it. But that's it. Top of Mount Cardigan. I don't know what any peak is out here right now. I'm so turned around. So now to find Mowgli's trail and head down the easy way. I will talk to you guys later. Alright, rock hounding with Bigfoot. Here's another one for you. What do I have here? Looks like quartz and some of that other stuff you talk about. And I think there's some granite there. And if you look around, it's running between big chunks of granite. I'll show you where it is if you ever come out. Alright guys, so I'm looking straight ahead. This is, you know, level, so to speak. This is the trail I just came down. Yeah. Lots of fun there. So, I might just roll down the rest of the way. We'll see. Yesterday, getting down the mountain. Holy smokes. So, I don't mean to bitch again, but I have MS. I'm not really bitching about it. Stuff happens. I ended up with it. And I got tired out. I went way, way beyond the wall yesterday. In fact, I must have hit like 10 walls trying to get back to camp. And that's my fault for overdoing it. I was never lost. I knew where I was. It was just all of a sudden at that point where I panicked in the last video. I didn't really panic. I was just like, yeah, I got to do this, and I had to follow trails I knew instead of finding the straight line. In case I wasn't right, which happens sometimes. But I overdid it. Coming down the mountain, it's a steep, rocky slope. It's springtime. So there's running water over everything. There's tons of mud. And it was a slippery slide down. I'm lucky that I made it without breaking an arm or a leg. I had my trekking poles with me, but I think, and on the way up, they were a great help. On the way down, man, I needed my big heavy walking stick because I needed something that could support my weight to help me. You know, some of those things that I was coming down, it was like a 3-foot drop, which 3 feet is easy going up. You can just, kind of hop up on it. Coming down, yeah, that's a long jump. Landing on bad knees and legs that you don't always feel when they're under you. But so it took me forever to get down. When I got down, my truck was there, which was good. Thank you, Dave, for doing that. I appreciate it. Dave was the guy whose property that I was staying on. So he dropped the truck there, left the keys at the Appalachian Mountain Club Lodge. I went in and picked them up. They were very glad to see that I made it down the mountain. I was a few hours later than I thought I would be. Like a few hours. That's 3. Not a couple, not an hour. I wasn't 20 minutes late, which is socially acceptable, really. I was 3 hours late getting down. It was getting dark. So I got in my truck and I drove back to camp. When I got back to camp, I was starving. I went to cook. The second I opened the fridge, I knew everything in there had gone. There was just not enough sunlight to run my solar panels, but just enough sunlight to make the interior of the car really warm. I lost a fridge and a freezer full of food, and lots of bottles of wine went as well, which is a damn shame. But I was frustrated, I was cranky. Not only that, but as that didn't happen yet. Wait a minute. So I had to find a restaurant. Well, this is New Hampshire, where everything's a dirty road. It was a Sunday night, a dirt road rather. It was on a Sunday night. There was nothing at all. No restaurants over there. Like, there are no towns. Like, it's weird. There's just, every once in a while you come across a gas station, and it's a gas station, a supermarket, and like a video rental store. They still do that because no one else has a signal either, apparently. Yeah, so I finally found like a restaurant. It was like 38 minutes away from where I was camped. While I was in the restaurant, it started pouring rain. And when I went back to the campsite, the campsite was so wet that as I was backing down into the campsite, the dirt was so soft that my wheels just sunk in like up to the hubs. I was able to get out of it, but if I had set up the tent and camped in it overnight with the weight of this vehicle and the weight of my equipment and my weight, which is increasing rapidly, there's no way I would have been able to pull out in the morning. Both wheels would have been sunk beyond the axle into that mud. So I left. I had to get a hotel room because by the time I got out of the mud, got everything packed up, got the truck out of there, and found a road that I recognized, it was late. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And so right now I am trying to get to a new place to scope out for, because it's going to pour tonight. It's going to pour, rain, and then it's going to change over to snow. This is spring, right? We're almost into June now. It's actually, no, it's the middle of May. But yeah, they're forecasting snow for tonight, which I'm really excited about. But so I'm going to go try and stake out this campsite, and I'm going to push pause on these cameras. That was my like follow-up to what happened last night, my lodgepole pine thing, and traffic in Vermont, which I'm stopped again. I don't have a stop sign, do I? Like there's an intersection there, but there's no signs. Not everybody just goes, I guess. I don't know. It's Vermont. People are very polite. Maybe, you know, they just say, "Oh no, after you, after you." I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna shut this down and let you go, guys. And the next time I'm in a woods with a camera, you will know it.